The guilty pleasure of anime.
Sushi and human female breasts.
Yes, this is gonna be the joke.
Well, actually, not necessarily human breasts. Any kind of breast, really.
Chicken breast, turkey breast,
Cow breasts,
breast,
cats.
yeah,
boxes.
meteorized breasts,
Yes. Cryware breasts.
breasts.
Your mama's breasts.
Oh, ninja breasts.
Sizzling breasts.
Sizzling
Shuriken
breasts.
breast. Steaming breast. The
Oh, you
best
gotta
kind
get
of
that
breast.
checked out.
Wait a minute. This is that anime you reviewed, isn't it?
Yes, it's in the same franchise.
Oh
Well,
gosh.
Well, I
This
guess
opening sequence.
dancing, dancing, cooking and dancing, fun service and cooking. This is going to ruin cooking for everyone.
Oh gosh.
Hey, would you? Okay, now I'm suddenly reminded of that really creepy moment in that Igurashi OVA that shall not be
Oh
named.
no!
That shall not be named.
Yes, please do not.
Oh no, the power of cooking is destroying all our clothes.
By the way, folks, this opening is amazing in the stupidest way possible.
Oh my, the power of my cooking has destroyed, just like in a ship. Oh my gosh. Oh. We are cooking with our breasts. I accidentally cooked my own clothes. Silly me. That sushi looks aroused.
Too happy to be even considered food.
Oh dear God. I can't. I'm done. I'm over this.
Oh, I'm only just started. What is fun of this?
If this keeps on, I'm going to go back reading Onani Master Kurosawa. Really.
Oh, good lord.
And we haven't even started the game yet, folks.
Yes.
Really? I would have thought that would have been an amazing game if there was dancing involved.
I'm pretty much done with the commentary, so I think I'm just going to look perplexed for the rest of this game.
Okay, Madhog, here's your straight jacket just to get you
Okay,
all
so we need to choose a character.
Can we play as a piece of aroused sushi?
That's probably as close as you're gonna get.
ready. Oh no, not Asuka, the most blandest main character.
Okay. Ross, if you
Yes.
if you manage to find one character in this pamphlet, in this roster of characters, that's the least bit sexualized, we shall play with that. I know it's a challenge, but that's the beauty of it. It's a challenge. You accept it?
She doesn't look sexualized, Murasaki. The game is shut in, so to speak.
What's the deal with Angel Girl?
Let's do Angel.
She's a masochist.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that one. Okay, of course, there is one in every anime. You know, a masochist angel. That very specific type of character. You find it everywhere.
Want to know a bit of trivia about her? Her fighting style uses the dancers from Swan Lake.
In fact, it's even in her theme.
Oh. Now I wish I was watching Princess Tutu instead.
Okay, so
you know a smart anime.
well, this will never set out to be smart at all, ever.
Oh, you don't say.
Okay, so who are you picking, Ross?
Okay, so I think we are going to go with
Murasaki.
Murasaki, as he's probably the least sexualized of the cast.
I know that was hard to find, but good job. she's cooking pizza. Yay! You cannot go wrong with pizza.
Also, folks, you can thank my brother for this because he told me this straight up. She has the largest breasts. You can thank my brother later for telling you that.
Your brother sounds like a lovely fellow.
Okay, so we have story now.
Story.
Hello! It's no use!
There's no connection.
There's no connection, blimey! Hello! I tried calling somewhere else! But there is also the same. Who picks up? outside world's been destroyed and now we in Babylon. What is this? what is this? Danganronpa?
By the way, she's a shut-in, so...
She's a hikikomori, in fact.
She's a... You mean to tell me that the sexy-looking, big-breasted lady is a hikikomori?
Yes.
Yes.
You know that I don't buy that for a second. That's just about as believable as Master Kurosawa as a social outcast.
Hold on,
the guy looks like a male model.
And she's a ninja.
And also, in actual real life, there's 47% of female gamers.
Yes, but they don't look like her. That's for sure. Nobody looks like that, thank God.
Well, no, because if you had breasts that size, you would need to go to the hospital.
Anyway, we are missing a lot of vital information for this story, aren't we?
Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think so. What I read here is just that she's wanting something, a miracle.
I tried for pizza delivery, and sushi, and Chinese, and tempura, and curry, but it's no use! No matter where I call, no one picks up. It's so hard to believe all the stores will be on holiday!
Holiday!
Maybe the world really has been destroyed. And,
oh no! All the takeaways have been destroyed. Humanity's at a loss.
Okay, Ross. Play the Feast of the North Star theme here. Oh wait, no, you'll be copyright struck. And
yeah.
Never mind. But pretend. Okay, so let's play ourselves a cappella the theme for first Feast of the North Star. I was
gonna say get a ukulele.
Higasha, komuna matidore, hakashi no maru, hukasha, shinji no ga, makashi no maru, hanashi ga tore, korashi no makanoi. Words.
And I thought, let's see, shopping district, yeah.
Okay.
So in other words, this girl just wants food.
By the way, to all the Japanese or Japanese-speaking people out there, I am deeply sorry. Please forgive me.
For butchering something?
For butchering all of the language. Sorry.
Yeah, just like what these girls are about to do to the sushi. Butcher it!
But I suddenly feel slightly less guilty than before. Anyway, we're still talking about food and we haven't seen any. So, worst culinary game ever.
By the way,
it's getting there.
This is supposed to set up the girl's motivation.
Yes.
For going out to cooking, and she wants a fridge, by the sounds of it.
Fantastic! Can you speed up?
Oh God!
If I had this scroll, I could wish to buy a refrigerator.
Wait, how does that work?
I'ma know my way around.
I'll win this sugar dish gourmet cook-off. Oh, it's time for Iron Chef, everybody! If only.
Oh no, the super shy girl with the mask.
Oh,
well, it's like Yoshimitsu has fallen from grace. Or is it Kunimitsu?
Oh no.
She might as well be Amaterasu for all I care. I know my Japanese. I mean, folklore, that is, not the language. The language we established, I don't.
Yes, obviously.
Don't arigatou gozaimasu.
Oh no, Murasaki's angry.
How dare you! I hope there is some silly voice acting here.
There is.
Oh, there is.
Voice acting.
It's all in Japanese, though.
Oh, never mind then.
And they take it very seriously.
They do. They play it completely straight.
Well, of course they do. Why wouldn't they? Oh, hello there, extra from Black Bible.
Oh no!
The uniform kind of reminds me of that one Clamp series, Blood Sea, I think it was called.
Oh, actually, I think you're thinking of X, because Blood Sea, I don't think was a Clamp prototype.
No, that definitely wasn't Clamp.
Blood Sea had vampires in it, or something like that. Actually, I watched the anime. It was kind of good, but also kind of not. Anyway, this guy that we failed to acknowledge.
Yes, because let's put it this way: he's supposed to be the most awesomest male teacher ninja guy, and yet he fails.
And yet he cannot even cosplay as Lupin the Third.
Here we go. Now it's time for cooking.
Okay, I guess. Now I wish I was playing Cookie Mama instead, even though I never played it in my life.
Okay, I think a bit of.
Raudu Wanu.
Omeliteraisu. Right, Ross, you might want to explain some of the gameplay to us.
Yeah, this is a rhythm game.
Hajime! I'm sorry, I had to say that.
So it's a rhythm game.
It's a rhythm game with cooking. What could possibly go wrong?
So I'm assuming that the top bar is to represent the tug of war, so to speak, of the cooking.
Yes.
Wow, such riveting gameplay this is.
Yes, it's basically Simon Says on rails. It's basically Parappa the Rapper.
Well, Hatsune Miku of the. Well, I know what Parappa the Rapper is, but
actually, the game of Hatsune Miku has a bit more complex of a gameplay than just a straight line like this.
Yeah, it does.
Well, yeah.
I should know I own it.
And now I was wishing I was playing Parappa the Rapper, which is a game.
Hold on, wait for it.
Oh no, the old man.
Oh, this is so good! My mouth is exploding! And my throats are exploding too, because that's the punishment. This is strip cooking 2015! So get stripped! And something like that.
I think it's best to be...
Now, guys, I wish I was playing strip poker instead.
I think it's best to say that Senran Kagura is definitely a game series that's supposed to be just for fun, nothing to be taken seriously at all.
Well, what happens when you're not having fun with it?
Then it's just not for you, is it?
Well, according to Ross's logic, then that would make me a fun Nazi.
Exactly.
What's the deal with the fun Nazi thing? I
don't know, I just came up with
life. I don't recall ever being a fun Nazi to anything, really. Am I? I'm asking here.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way. Me and you seem to take it in turns of being the fun police.
Well, that's true. That's true. You didn't like the Triager character.
Nope. because she was, as I said before, she was cliche.
Yes, I acknowledge that, but it's still a cliche I haven't gotten tired of, and I still found it quirky and fun for what it is. So
look at this girl. She's mashing that.
And
I think it's manju.
Okay, she's killing the food with a scythe.
It's a hammer. They're making mochi.
Yeah, mochi. That's it. Mochi is basically a sticky substance.
Don't say those words, Devar.
This is.
Well then.
Nom 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 nom.
My mouth will explode your panties.
That's nice, I guess. Well, it's a United attack. He's dead.
My God.
I guess she's releasing a special attack. Okay, who's winning, by the way?
Just one taste gives birth to a new Big Bang.
I am
God. Gundam. He talks like Gundam.
I am God. I'm eating food in space. Like God.
No, he's eating like a Gundam mech.
I don't want to think about Gundam. It makes me sad.
I know, but it's funny.
You shall receive your divine punishment for failing this cooking contest. You know, I'm sure I'm glad you won't have... This game is doing the censorship for you, Ross. So
I know, it's really easy.
Victory!
Oh, by the way, I can, like, tilt my Vita right now and actually change the scene. It's on tilt sensor. It's weird.
Ooh, look at how far technology has come.
Yes, now you can play strip.
And now...
It's self-censorship. Perfect victory. Now what?
And of course, because you got perfect victory, you get this. This wonderful seed.
Yes, too bad for the freaking face! The face ruins everything! This is not right! I do not have this Spanish! This is wrong! I don't want this! I hate you, game! I hate you!
Well, Madhog, if you put a paper bag over her head, it won't be so bad.
Then she has a paper bag in front of her face. How is that better? Jeez. This flipping game.
By the way, Murakumo's whole personality trait is that she is actually a very shy girl if anyone sees her real face.
Yes, of course they couldn't show with her real face in the fan service. Because...
Yes, well, Ross, you have to respect that particular brand of the demographic that likes to have boobies attached to demon faces. That's a thing. That's a fetish that probably exists on the internet.
It probably is, especially in Dojin. And I don't want to think about it.
So we're deconstructing a lot tonight about Japanese culture, aren't we?
yes we are. And to think, that's only battle 1 of 5.
5?
Do we have to play everything?
I'm gonna play, like I said, 1 story mode. That's all I want to have, you guys.
Oh no, the blandest main character who has no personality.
Okay,
Basically.
no, seriously, she looks like the basic default female ninja model you'd find in Disgaea.
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
Only without the mask. That's the entire point. Even the franchise acknowledges she's basically nothing.
You gotta respect them for that. They know their demographic and what they're going for.
Well then.
I mean, Sengon Kagura at least is completely self-aware.
Well, you know that doesn't excuse it automatically, you know? I mean, if you think about it, even the early American dub for Ikitosen was very much self-aware, but that didn't improve the product, did it?
No, well, that couldn't be saved.
Who cares about this ancient Chinese history when you have a girl naked in a buff with a couple of booby bombs?
That's entertainment!
I am paraphrasing, of course, but...
You have to have the that's entertainment there, because that's amazing.
I buy that for $1.
Oh, man.
That's a classy reference, the bar. Applause.
Really, RoboCop? That's classy?
RoboCop is a fantastic film. It's
I'm not debating that. I wouldn't call it classy, though.
It is both smart and utterly violent. It's kind of like the best combination you could have from an action science fiction film from the 1980s.
Indeed, I'm not debating that.
And besides, if you think about it, isn't the city of Detroit pretty much in the same situation the film of RoboCop was kind of predicting it would end up being?
Not quite.
But it's close. Just as we are yet another Bush administration to end up like in Mad Max.
I just like how she's still cooking, even though her clothes were like ragged at one point. That means some of the fabric will get into the cooking.
Who knows? Maybe that's why her food sucks so bad.
Why is she the main character again?
Because
I'm not playing her right now.
No, I mean in general.
I have no idea. Basically, because there's this decreeing anime that the main character has to be the least interesting character in the entire cast.
Well, you can thank Aaron. You can thank Aaron Egoraptor. No, I meant to. Okay, no. What I actually meant to say, you can thank.
Oh my goddess.
Harem.
Oh, Harem.
You can thank Harem Anime and also Oh My Goddess for that. Yes, thank you for reminding me that. Oh My Goddess pretty much started it all.
Look at that epic fanning.
You have this completely interesting universe full of lore and interesting characters, but no, the epicenter of it all have to be the two blandest characters ever.
By the way, I have all like one volume of my goddess to get before I have the entire series.
Poor Asuka, she's like trying her hardest.
I should hope your life will be complete after you complete that collection.
It won't, but
poor Asuka, she tried to fan that so much that it wasn't as good as Murasaki's fanning.
Well, I kind of feel taste test.
Taste test is the thing that might as well be a snack for giants.
Ross, if
yes?
It's not too much to ask. Could you explain something for me?
Sure, go ahead.
Who the hell is this guy?
Oh, he is the great ninja Sanzu. He's basically the most badass ninja ever to have lived.
Oh, and let me guess, he never does anything during the entire show.
Pretty much. Except, like...
Anime trope number 159.
And also, he's Asuka's grandfather.
Anime cliche 1022.
And he is not shy about lusting after her either, kind of really creepily.
Anime cliche number 1.
And yet he's still married.
Yeah, technically.
Number 29.
To an old lady who can transform into a young lady.
But of course!
Anime cliche number 527.
Oh gosh, poor Asuka.
Now seriously, this seems like a composition of every single anime cliche ever written.
That's kind of the point of it, actually!
Yes, this is me laughing.
And this is me just enjoying the ride and this madness.
You know, it's funny that your Skype avatar has that image of you face palming, so that pretty much summarizes this entire experience.
Well, this is...
Oh my gosh, she's wrapping up a banana and she's shy and teary about it. Suck it in, you fetish bastards. Suck it in.
Better?
Better than Creepy Mask!
Well, I guess it's an improvement. If only she wouldn't look as if she were about to be raped
by the banana.
I don't feel like laughing anymore.
Okay, we got Minori.
No. You have to read it as it is spelled. Me, no, me.
Ah, okay.
Like that.
Okay, so Minori is the lolly, which is not at the same time.
It's the lolly in, how do I put it? Action, but not in appearance, at least.
Oh wait, I got it.
So,
she is legal jailbait.
Basically.
I was thinking of that girl from Excel Saga. You know, the one that's basically a lolly, but then in the last episode, the No Holds Barred episode, which is now...
Oh yes, I know the one that you're talking about.
She turns out to be very
super
much,
well endowed, yes.
Well endowed, yes.
Yes, squeeze out those strawberries in that thing.
Tabar, do you want to do the dirty commentary for us?
I'm not doing dirty commentary, I'm just doing commentary in general.
Oh, okay.
Which is dirty. You dirty-minded lad.
I'm not.
Explosion! Where are the confettis? The confettis. Where is the party cannon? Pinkie Pie, bring in the party cannon. We need it for the next explosion of intimate
Madhog, I can't believe you want to put My Little Ponies in the same universe as this.
No!
Ross, the bar. I'm pretty sure somebody has already. I mean,
and that is terrifying.
It's a rule. It's a rule of the internet. If it exists, it gets a pony version. I don't remember the name of the rule, but it exists. It's been made. So yes.
Just do not find this.
I don't even have to stretch it. I mean, it's been done. I'm sure about it.
do not show this to me ever.
I'm not planning to. I have standards, unlike you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I have standards. It's called not looking at My Little Pony porn.
Ew, no. No. No.
Well, okay.
Disturb me now.
Honestly, okay, remember to apply... Remember to apply safe search during your googling of pony images, kids.
Yes, please. That and Sonic the Hedgehog too.
Sonic the Hedgehog is like the worst thing about this. Sonic is the worst ever. There is no match. There is no match for the level of furry pornography that Sonic has generated. There's just no match. No contest.
Anyway, back to the real important stuff.
Yes.
Back to booby bombs. Now that's entertainment.
Yes, it is.
You know, I don't know why I agreed to do these things with you guys, because I say I have high standards, but when I watch these things with you, I don't come off as a guy with high standards, now do I?
You're the one lambasting the entire time, so I guess you do.
Oh my gosh, I am so overboard.
It's like this thing's like. I don't know where I was going with that, but basically,
pancakes have derailed Madhog.
basically, these things are way too easy to make fun of.
By the way, folks, I think this old man's motivation for all this is to get free food out of all this.
And
basically,
and naked girls.
No, that's just a bonus.
Free food and naked girls. What more could you want in life?
Let's see, money.
If you got free food, why do you need money?
Well, if I were you, probably the last issue of Oh My Goddess. or a belt down the pillow. Am I right, Ross?
Oh man.
The only thing wrong with these sort of scenes is that it makes it look like as if he's attacking them with his breath or something.
Like, Perf Beam! Blah!
Okay, Vic, I know Vic. He's a politician, he's a member of the Tories party. Vic Tory.
I like to keep... oh look, this is kind of adorable if it wasn't for the girl.
And once again, I'm reminded of that particular scene from that particular Igurashi OVA that shall not be named.
Yes.
Are we talking about the one with the flute?
Yes.
That's one of the things, at least.
Okay, and we have Sensei, and then we have
that's not Sensei.
And then we have tomboyish girl.
Oh,
yes.
she's a tomboy. I could have never guessed, but just by looking at her.
Yes, apparently everyone mistakes her for a man. With huge...
Are you freaking kidding me?
She usually ties them down.
Still,
how can you tie down that back there?
Yeah, how can... It's like the size of Mount Everest. You can't hide it.
Sigh.
That's the only thing I dislike about that trope.
That's the only thing you dislike about that trope?
Yeah, the fact...
Like, the only thing?
Well, yeah, it wouldn't bother me so much if the tomboy in question didn't have such an obvious feminine figure.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently to qualify as a tomboy in Japan, all you need to do is to have short hair. That's such an amalgam of BS.
She will not let you have her sister and the refrigerator.
No, the refrigerator is the most important thing ever.
What's the deal with the refrigerator?
Because she wants a refrigerator to keep foods nice and
cool.
fresh.
So she has to leave the house less.
You know, last time I checked, and Ikikomori is not, and Ikikomori's appearance is not all that well maintained. So
she literally has prehensile hair. I think she can get away with being kempt.
Well, how about her choice of clothing? She looks more like a Alice in Wonderland style of gothic Lolita cosplayer.
How much you want?
I think that's a transformation. See.
Yes, that's her ninja transformation. So that's actually not what she wears in general.
Usually when she's not ninja fighting, she's wearing some form of sweatpants with a shirt.
Basically, she's wearing like the most slacker clothes possible.
And yet, these are still better ninja than Naruto's.
Indeed.
Well, I won't argue with that. These are the best ninjas.
Ninja. I don't want to be that guy, but it's plural, both plural and singular. The ninja doesn't have an S.
Madhog, if you don't want to be that guy, then don't.
I'm sorry, but this. Okay, sorry, but this and people saying animes and mangas kind of irritate me. It's pretty much the only thing that irritate me. Okay, about it.
Anyway, let's see now. Well, I had something in my mind, but I ended up forgetting. Thanks a lot, guys.
Ninja.
Boobs!
Yes, the ninja.
Boob
While I was saying it in a joking way, ninjas, just to be silly. Anyway, ninja. Yeah, ninja. This is ninja, folks.
Ninja.
This is the way of the ninja.
Ninjas.
Indeed. Ninja cooking!
Ninjas.
Ninja cooking!
I think her rack just grew 3 sizes.
That's how it looks. No, actually, there's a character with a rack that grows when she transforms. Not even kidding.
Yeah, I forgot.
Ross, why do you buy these games? Why do you buy this anime series? Is it
because I make a show called Fan Service Fiesta, and this is extremely prime material for it.
Why do you make a show called Fan Service Fiesta, Ross?
Because if I don't, someone else will.
Why don't you let someone else do it? Someone that I don't personally know.
Well, if I happen to like these types of shows and games a little bit.
Why are you an otaku?
Because meow.
Couldn't you be a regular, normal kind of nerd? No, you have to be an otaku.
But he is a normal nerd.
Hey, as far as otaku go, I'm actually fairly well adjusted. I have a job, I have a girlfriend, I mean,
yes,
come on.
I was about to say, that's your saving grace, that you are, you know...
yes, I cannot enjoy your booty right now because I'm looking at buttons.
Yeah, actually, that's the worst part about playing this game, really, is that you cannot enjoy anything that's on screen.
Because you have to look at the freaking buttons.
Yes.
Oh man, this is just perfect.
It's just oh, look at that. That is...
Actually, this is still way easier to play than the Vocaloid games. Because the, Vocaloid ones will actually be, whatchamacallit, the backgrounds will actually be distracting.
Yes,
I can attest to that when I played the demo.
Yes, I do as well. And ooh, she really tried to push her way out of that one. And how big is the bowl? Is it able to feed all of Africa?
The answer is, of course.
Oh gosh. Okay, honestly, why don't you send these girls to
Cambodia or something?
Some missionary mission in Africa. They will feed the entire continent, and honestly, with the power of booby bombs, they can feed the entire world and solve all the planetary food crisis that we're going to inevitably face one generation from now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then we also have the whole...
Also, the guy is so excited about food, he's hulking up, I guess.
He turned to Godzilla. The kaiju have come! Oh my, Gillian glory.
Oh, is it any good? Finisher! Fake nudality!
Nudality, indeed.
Dun 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 dun.
Nom 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 nom.
I like how she says it's all thanks to you, Bebe, which is her teddy bear.
Yes.
Even though the teddy didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, plushie to be more exact.
If it's anything like the teddy bear from Mr. Bean.
This isn't some show, she says.
Can you? Okay. I don't mean to complain about the fan service, but doesn't it seem a bit repetitious? I mean, it's basically the same thing for every model, for every girl you defeat. She's covered in chocolate and something white, and she seems to be crying. It's the same for every girl you defeat. Variety in your fan service.
Minori technically had a happy face and not look teary-eyed.
Well, it doesn't really qualify that much as a difference. I mean, they're still wearing the same sweets. So,
yes.
okay.
I like how she's able to have a full-on serious conversation while still nude.
Well, that's how calming an occurrence it is in this franchise.
With her nipple stick in the form of her own face, chibi version. Guys, okay. Well, I'm saying this: if you have to pander to my own sweet-related fetishes, at least vary a little bit.
Oh my gosh, we have someone with standards in this.
I don't really have sweet-related fetishes, but I'm just saying, generally speaking.
Well, that's only because you haven't tried it.
I'm sure when I actually have to try that in real life, I will be more appreciative of it.
Personally, I'm not. I don't like food mixed in with fan service.
Well, too bad, because because
that's basically this entire game.
no, that's basically the whole of the industry of entertainment as a whole. Every commercial about food of any kind is everything in commercials and TV and entertainment in general is sexualized to appeal to the male audience. From cars to watches to food to everything.
Like move a sock in it.
To perfume. And oh look, it's the witch from that Nippon Ichi game that I don't remember the title of.
I like how she has like Soul Eater style skull and hat.
Mm-hmm. Hey, hold on, I didn't even notice it, but the hat appears to be completely alive. It's like pulsating and crap.
Yeah, I can see that actually. I
saw that instantly.
You know, I wish I was playing a fighting game.
Oh, there's one for this too.
Yeah, I know. I wish I was playing another fighting game.
Yes.
Okay, we can do Uminako.
No.
I wish we were playing a fighting game that we haven't played before.
I wish these characters weren't gonna be in Dead or Alive.
I wish you would get a refrigerator on our head.
Well, when I say characters,
no, she's.
I mean the.
You mean her chest?
Okay, so that thing that she's been carrying for the past 5 or 4 levels is actually supposed to be a teddy bear.
Yeah, some kind of stuffed animal thing.
Honestly, from this perspective, it looks like she's carrying around a kidnapped baby.
That must be one ugly baby.
And there's your line of the day.
She's gonna suck me dry. She's gonna suck me dry. Oh gosh, Ross, why did I have to read that out loud?
Why? Why? Because you chose to.
But not if I get her first. What, you gonna suck her dry?
Oh my.
This is all wrong.
Can you explain to me who is this character that keeps popping out in every loading screen?
She is another selectable character. It's Emu.
Is she is she the only loading screen girl?
No, actually all of them have loading screens.
There were others, Madhog, you just didn't notice them. Apparently.
Oh, pardon me for not noticing such an amazingly important detail.
Vampire Knight, stuffed tomatoes with beef.
Really?
That doesn't sound very appetizing, but what do I know about cooking?
Really? Well, I know about vampires.
They
suck.
Oh.
I mean, I only made linguine with garlic powder just today.
No thanks, I already ate Italian. Get it? Did you get the reference?
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, folks, earlier, I was gonna say earlier when I said about the Senran Kagura characters being dead or alive, I meant they have costumes of these characters.
That's pretty much all that qualifies to be a dead or alive character. Being a voluptuous woman and in silly costumes.
Well, they did introduce one new character who is a lolly of the series right now.
Yes, and people do a shit fit over it too for some reason. Like, because, you know, Dead or Alive was not a silly series or anything. No, actually, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Dead or Alive, it was Tekken people were throwing the shit fit over for, the schoolgirl character.
Wait.
Oh, you mean Chloe, the idol girl?
Oh, yes. Tekken, you mean the same game that has a panda fighter?
Yes.
And a tiger?
And they were throwing a shit fit over, the idol.
Well, that's seems like a completely reasonable reaction to that.
I mean, you literally had boxing dinosaurs and kangaroos and woodmen.
What's the deal with the school? What is because she's too young and you cannot sexualize her? You guys, it's because you feel guilty about sexualizing her that you're throwing a sissy fit. No, she's too young. I cannot fap over her. That would make me feel bad. But I'm going to anyway. That's
wow.
Strange argument, Madhog. But what I was gonna say was, Tekken is never a series to be taken seriously to begin with, anyway.
And people do, which is the problem. It's like if people took Street Fighter completely seriously.
People, if you're going to throw a crud over
Ross,
a Tekken character,
Ross,
yes,
gamers, you know how they are.
Aww.
I just want to say something, okay, about Tekken, because if you're gonna throw a sissy fit about a character, throw it about Jin friggin' Kazama.
Okay, we're turning this into an episode of the Game Over Thinker by accident. Which I am not completely opposed of. I kind of enjoy the movie Bob's rants and analyses and reasonings about things that pretty much don't work in the gaming community. In fact, why don't we do just that? Let's talk about gamers. They suck, right? They are terrible people. They should be ashamed. And they take everything too seriously. They don't know how to have fun anymore. Generalizing.
Well, what I meant is that there's a time and place to be serious about something. Tekken is not one of them.
No.
Instead of me,
like, actually, if like they start doing goofy stuff like that, maybe Virtua Fighter, which basically was the franchise that tried to take itself a bit seriously, then I mean, it tried more than any of the others.
What's going on? Oh my god, he's flying on bats.
Okay, speaking of taking things seriously, we need to concentrate about this game because we need to be completely serious about this.
Oh yeah!
Clearly.
Oh my god, he's going to cause the big bang of tomatoes.
He's going to suck that tomato dry. Okay, I have to admit, the transformation sequences involving the old guy are the best part of this game. They are the most hilariously ridiculous. They are just so over the top, and they are fun, just plain fun. That's the saving grace of this whole shenanigans.
I love it. It's just so silly and awesome.
Yeah, they are.
100% superior!
Oh wait, her plasters are going to... Yep, the plaster's shattered.
Oh no! The humiliation! Now I'm going to suck my own blood like in my Immortal.
No!
Because I'm emo. An emo vampire goth.
Please don't.
Very soon.
Unstoppable woman.
You won a trophy!
How do you feel?
Cheeky shortcake. Oh gee, oh gee.
Where's the cake?
She's the cake, obviously.
Yeah, move the lady up. I want the cake.
Okay,
Her hat's in the freaking way. Look at this.
Ross, never mind. Ross, never mind the lady. Focus on the hat. That hat is so sexy. Sexy hat. Sexy.
Yes.
With the crack. With the crack in the middle of it. Sexy skull is sexy.
That's one crack I want to lick.
Pretty much.
I defeated the Night Stalker.
No. 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 Leave Night Stalkers out of this.
The world outside is a scary place.
By the way, was this the final boss?
Yes, that was the final boss of this story mode.
Hooray!
And she wins her refrigerators.
Well, I don't you feel so accomplished?
Yes, because now she gets to eat her pizzas and all the food that she could ever want in the fridge.
Well, blimey.
I'm so happy for her, I could just cry.
Me too.
Gulp, 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 gulp.
Oh my!
Okay, she's been swallowing a lot, I see.
I can't call the cop and drink.
What the fuck voice is that?
Hello, I am Todd. I'm the secret ninja scroll. Ninja scrolls? No. I have my own custom refrigerator.
Well, I guess you did not like Ninja Scroll?
Why? Okay, honestly, why do people like Ninja? Ninja suck for the most part. I mean, when's the last time you see a good Ninja show or film or whatever?
There was one
that actually starred the ninja?
What do you say, Ross?
That actually, starred a ninja? That, maybe Ninja Gaiden?
Well, yes, but Ninja Gaiden was from a franchise from 20-something years ago.
Oh, you mean something recent? It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
Actually, it does. There's actually a game, a side-scrolling sneak 'em up involving a ninja.
Guys, I said TV shows or films. Ninja in video games usually are very good. So, excluding video games, when's the last time you see a good ninja film or ninja show or ninja something in general?
Actually, hold on. You're not gonna believe this, but Saint Seiya Omega. Not even shitting you. One of the Saints is a straight-up ninja and acts just like a straight-up ninja would.
Really?
Even attached with the shadow?
He's stealthy, he sneaks up on people, he's secretive and nuanced?
Yes!
Oh my god.
That is until the second arc, in which case he just acts like a standard Saint Seiya character to everyone's dismay. But he had a decent run!
You know what was a good ninja to me? Sneaky Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Snake Eyes?
Sneaky Eyes.
Sneaky Eyes.
Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes from the G.I. Joe film. He was unbelievably awesome in that film. Now the cartoon that came after that, not so much. But
oh look, she's wearing a tracksuit.
Now
see, that's what she normally wears.
Now she does look more like the part of an Ikikomori.
And apparently now she needs a microwave. Wow. Riveting storytelling.
This is such a rewarding gaming experience and whatnot.
I have to
just like when I finished playing Klonoa, Dare to Phantomile, never have I in my life felt so reinvigorated and connected emotionally with a game like this ending right now.
I'm gonna say this, guys. Senator Kagura is kind of a guilty pleasure for me as well, but it's also something I dislike in certain cases.
Well, you know the very definition of a guilty pleasure is when you actually like something in spite of the fact that it goes completely against your own tastes.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. I like the character designs because they're so nice and cute, but I dislike the fact that
everything else.
I imagine you just like the fact that it doesn't take itself seriously at all, and it's like, okay, let's just have fun with fan service, and that's it.
Okay, I'm going to be level with you guys. One of the reasons in which I pretty much stopped collecting or reading manga, and I don't watch as many anime as I used to, is because I pretty much went and got fed up with seeing not just the same kind of characters over and over again, but the same kind of designed characters over and over again. Because if you think about it, every main protagonist and every main female protagonist of every anime ever made in the last 15 years or so, they all look the same.
Like,
well, actually, that's interesting. Any song that has lyrics was sung by the voice actress of the character.
Okay, I did not know that.
Well, actually, that's very much pretty normal.
That's pretty. Well, that is pretty common for anime, but for a product that essentially lives or dies by its music, really, because it's just music and fan service. I mean, that's kind of a lot of faith to put into them.
Evidently, they have been chosen as voice actresses because they were good singers to begin with.
It's quite possible.
I mean, if they put any thought whatsoever in what we were doing, they would have done such as this. But then again, this is what's his name,
Kagura Sengura.
Sengura, Kakarov, Vegeta, whatever. So I wouldn't know if what would constitute as a quality product in their mind.
Hey, the director said, what is it? Tits of life, ass is hometown, so that just shows you something about the creative team.
Ross, you honestly have to stop referencing that line, please.
Everyone's referencing that line, Madhog, these days.
Really?
Yes. Takata 101 recently referenced that line.
Okay, but he doesn't count.
Of course he doesn't count. Special privilege and all. I get it.
Yes, okay, yeah, we see how it is. So that is basically all there really is the Senran Kagura Bon Appetit.
Yes, I'm so totally hungry after watching that.
Senran Kagura, a series about fighting multiple enemies, suddenly gets a spin-off game involving cooking. That's a very strange leap of logic, if you ask me.
Well, it came out at the same time as the Vita game, too.
Actually, that's pretty much Mario logic put into motion here.
Pretty much.
Well, I can say one thing about Senran Kagura, all about, how it always tries to have fun.
Yes?
It's better than panty and stocking.
I disagree with that.
No.
Oh, yes, I do.
Screw you.
Well,
I say screw you to that.
At least panty and stocking has personality.
No, it doesn't.
Visually speaking. Well, you could say panty and stocking is a guilty pleasure of mine, then.
Well, good. Because it's terrible, the humor. Everything's terrible.
Well, I still like it much better than Fooly Cooly. I hate Fooly Cooly.
I hope I never see that then.
Mostly because Fooly Cooly is as tonally dead as many of Gainax's productions of that period. At least Panty and Stocking is very much consistent in its tone.
Yes. No, that is true, but so is this, actually. This is completely consistent in its tone.
Yes, but it looks completely generic to me, so there's that. I wouldn't be drawn to it just by looking at it. That's the point.
Well, it's trying as hard as it possibly can to do so.
Yes, but I am so above such things that I really don't... I'm not impressed anymore. I mean, I was completely unimpressed and unfazed by the ending of...
The fridge?
No, the ending of... Master of Martial Arts. I mean, everybody was so hyping up this ending as absolutely horrifying and terrible and all that. It was terrible, but it was so utterly stupid that it was unintentionally funny to me. So really, I was not impressed by it. I am not generally impressed by shock value for the sake of shock value.
It just is just ludicrous how out of nowhere that came. It was just like it was not foreshadowed much at all.
There was some foreshadowing about it. You know, when the one time in which they do a close-up of the mother's scars in her neck. That's the only foreshadow you get. That's
still some really weak foreshadowing, considering how far off the deep end it went.
Oh, the problem is that the plan doesn't make any freaking sense in its own right, because because you would have to rely to the main character actually winning any of their fights, and you would also have to rely for her just so happening to find that other gal, the priestess gal, losing on purpose to that other gal, just so happening to cross path, and it was too ridiculously elaborate just for a stupid revenge plan to someone that doesn't have anything to do with the main character herself.
Yeah, actually, it could have worked out exactly like this. So, walks into Miko and flight attendant fighting. Miko pulls out gun, shoots girl. Story over.
Actually, it's not even her. They wanted revenge against their mother.
So then befriend her, come home from school, come home with her one day, then shoot the mother. Shoot both of them at that point. I don't care.
no, because they had to be sadistic and they had to make her suffer. So they went with the most elaborate plan in the history of anything, just to have the daughter tortured, film her, and send the footage to the mother so that she can cry to see her daughter tortured, and then they kill her.
Well, okay, they could still do that if they go into her house.
They had everyone involved in this. The best friend, the best friend of the best friend, the big brother of the best friend.
I know, it's just like the love interest, yeah, everything. Everybody was in on it.
Everyone was involved, wasn't it? The only
everyone and their dog.
Yes, it was the family dog the only thing missing. It was so ridiculous. It's 30 minutes of exposition.
So it's like walking 1/5. So it's like watching 1/15 of Bakemonogatari.
Oh god! Oh, folks, you get bang for your buck here. You not only you getting Senran Kagura Bon Appetit playthrough, but you also got
getting us bitching about animes that we hate.
Bakemonogatari represents everything that's wrong with Shaft specifically, and with a certain school of thought when it comes to writing and powerful prose and pretentiousness in general.
And Madhog hasn't even watched it.
Oh, no, here's the thing. I watched exactly one episode of it.
Oh, really? You did watch an entire episode?
Yes,
I'm so sorry.
I was so through with it. I hated it so much, pretty much instantly. and that's coming from a guy who has a lot of experience in dealing with pretentious, artsy-fartsy films made by younger directors that want to emulate the old directors from the French new wave of cinema, also known as la nouvelle vague, and made also by veteran directors such as Terrence Malick, who want to emulate French cinema, and they end up making the worst film ever made, which is To the Wonder. So I have a short level of patience for this kind of thing.
It's obvious, considering your reaction to Tsukuyomi Moon Phase and Dance in the Vampire Bond.
Honestly, I hate Shaft in general. The only saving grace was Quella Magi Madoka Magica, but then the films were made, and...
We have been over the films. There's lots of spoilers there. I don't want to spoil someone that has, for some reason, not watched Madoka Magica yet, because they should.
Okay. The third movie, Rebellion, was terrible.
It was unnecessary. I did not dislike it as far as the content of the movie, but it was a completely unnecessary extension of the story.
Okay, you know what? Since we're talking about Studio Shaft, and it's baffling and bloated anime production, let me just tell you something about Studio Shaft. Aside from Madoka Magica, they never actually did anything new. Never. All they did was use a gimmick. So they would shoot. So they will shoot a scene in a specific way with a tilted camera angle and really quick cuts, and they would have characters spouting exposition over and over and over. That's not new. That's
Hold on, they do have a completely different style too that they still stick to. I don't know if you're seeing it, but the style of Panty Pony Dash or Negima question mark.
Yes, I've seen.
They have this. They have this. The Shaft has also this really irrelevant comedy angle too. It's kind of like a Tamer Excel Saga, if I had to describe it in some way.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Though there was something like that in Moonface too.
Yeah, it was basically like that, only brought far to the forefront.
Well, you know, I used to have this problem with Moonface, in which the really pitiful attempts at humor would occasionally, if not always, clash with the tone of the rest of the show and the rest of the story in that particular episode and whatnot. So I can only assume they became worse after that.
Actually, in all honesty, I rather enjoy both Panty Pony Dash and Negima question mark.
Well, good for you, but never make me watch them. Okay, so we've been...
So, hold on, Devor apparently is aware of them. Have you actually watched either of them?
I watched Panty Pony Dash when one of my best friends watched that show, and I wondered what all the hubbub was, and I didn't really see much to it other than stylistic.
Ross, which one was the show with the freaking cheese that took over the entire city, or something like that?
What?
Okay, there was this Shaft show from last year or 2 years ago, in which at the end of the first episode the entire city turned into cheese or something like that.
Oh god, I don't know that one.
Well, good. It was a rip-off of Aru Suzumiya anyway.
Yeah, I can't keep up on every piece of crap released in the anime industry.
So my professional recommendation is that stay away from Shaft Studio.
Unless it's Madoka Magica.
Unless it's Madoka Magica, only the TV series. They are the worst and most pretentious studio ever. You know, at least the Gainax... At least, you know, Studio Gainax, which is now Studio Trigger, basically.
No, they're two separate entities still.
Okay. Most of the people that were in Gainax went to make Studio Trigger, so they basically Gainax 2.0.
Well, basically a lot of the creative team besides behind Gurren Lagann and Panty and Stocking went there.
Okay, so what I'm saying about Gainax, the Gainax that is right now, they tried with all their might to distance themselves from the memory of Evangelion, from the really pretentious mess that Evangelion was, and now their shows are all about, well...
Actually, both triggering Evangelion shows are all about just being fun again, really.
Yes, they want to... Okay, so they want to make shows that are fun, engaging, over the top, silly, stupid, really, really stupid.
Really stupid.
Honestly, Godzilla height level of stupidity, but at least, you know, they're not trying to be some pretentious debauchery like Shaft Studio still tries to be. And
that is, of course, in between making Evangelion movies.
Okay, you know, the Evangelion movies, because one is a cash cow, two, the fans are a pain in the butt, and let's face it, Hideaki Anno hates everyone and everything.
And apparently he got the message that people hate Shinji, because in the third movie they turned Shinji into... He literally tries to destroy the world like twice. So they're like, "Oh, you hate Shinji? We'll give you a reason to hate Shinji."
I think it's funny in one of the video games where Shinji, you know, the character, crossovered into with many other very popular mech anime.
Super Robot Wars.
He got punched in the face by one of them.
Good.
Super Robot Wars. Has to be
Super Robot Tyson. Yes.
Yeah, it has to be that. There's no other choice.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The second of the new Evangelion films,
yeah,
I kind of enjoyed it,
Because it was a bit different, and there was actually some fun moments in it.
Yes, it felt a bit more like Gurren Lagann. And keep in mind, I don't really much care for Gurren Lagann to begin with, because it's basically 27 episodes of a prolonged penis joke.
But you like it better than Evangelion, and that's the important thing.
And the second film of Evangelion 3.0, let's call it like that, was actually fun, and they introduced a new character, that's actually not a complete sack of psychological issues and self-centered egotism, for a change.
Yay!
You know,
you really ought to commit to watching the third movie as much as you hate the franchise, because it just goes so completely in a different direction than the TV series
Honestly,
does.
I'm going to be on. Okay, so the third movie was so bad, it was actually hilarious. I mean,
you actually saw the third movie?
Oh yes, I saw all of the gay romance in between Shinji and the other guy. It was so
Karu.
Oh, and then Gendo, sporting those ridiculous Star Trek eye device like that guy from Next Generation.
You know what I personally loved the most out of it? It was just like, so Karu was like, okay, so we need to go get the lens of Longinus, because I think that'll allow us to undo the apocalypse you accidentally made, Shinji. And Shinji's like, yeah, I can undo this? Okay, let's go! And then they get down there and it's like, that doesn't look like the Lance of Longinus. We probably shouldn't grab that, Shinji. Shinji!
Honestly, when the guy who was supposed to be the 12th angel is the sensible one, you know you flew down fucked up.
He's like, I can save the world! Shinji, put that down!
Okay, you know, what I find really funny about the films, okay, so there was an apocalypse, the first impact, okay? The one that killed the dinosaurs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was sent by God or something like that, I don't care. Then there was the second impact, which is
the apocalypse that humanity survived through, which I'll give them credit. They actually do have give humanity enough credit to actually surviving apocalypse and rebuild and not being a dystopia.
Yes, that's good. That's good. Then Shinji causes the third impact.
Yeah.
So Shinji causes the apocalypse at the end of the second film to try and save
the doll,
his clone mother.
Yes.
And then at the end, let's cut.
And then everyone.
And then a fourth apocalypse.
No, they stopped the fourth apocalypse.
No. What I find hilarious about the third film is that the thought process of Gendo Ikari is that he basically.
It's just like, we're gonna get right one of these times!
Let me guess. He had Shinji causing the third apocalypse, the third one, and then he wants him to cause in a fourth apocalypse, because that's how we were going to fix the world, with an apocalypse atop another apocalypse. This is like a Monty Python sketch. This is the first meeting of the club of putting apocalypse atop other apocalypses.
Although you had to kind of love how everyone hates Shinji in the third film. Everyone.
Yes. You know what I hated up. You know what I really hated about the third movie?
What?
All the techno babbling. It never ends.
It does never. No, it does. It does end at one point. That's when Shinji's putzing around the ruins of Nerve for a bit.
Okay, now seriously, so
which is also the slowest part of the film.
Okay,
it's like a prolonged Star Trek episode with techno babble everywhere.
Yes, I mean it goes on forever. I mean, Captain, what's her face?
Katsuragi.
Her, you know, she's like imparting orders left and right and left, up and down for like 20 minutes straight.
Yeah,
The thing, open the thing, open the other thing, shut the other thing, engage the other thing right there.
I mean, let me put, okay, Devon, since you've never seen this movie yet, you know how bad they hate Shinji in this? They literally have a bomb strapped to his neck at all times.
That was delightful.
They're like, you go anywhere near an Evangelion again, we're blowing your fucking head off.
Good. Okay, Ross. Okay, we've been talking. We have been pretty straight from the Let's Play.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a completely separate video at this point. I mean, there's no other way it can be.
Honestly, I wouldn't know where to. I wouldn't know when this actually began, so I would actually keep it all together.
Oh boy. Okay, so Senguin Kagura Bon Appetit plus us bitching about anime. Yay.
Yes, pretty much. Well, I guess, you know, this game here, this anime franchise, was a good starting point to start complaining about anime in general, I'd say.
Yeah, but there's still hope out there. There's still Attack on Titan.
Oh, the first film was released. By the way, it came to our cinemas here in Italy for a couple of days. I missed it.
Oh, fantastic!
Aww.
I missed it, unfortunately, and unfortunately, quote unquote, because I really don't care about the Italian dubbing. But you know, it would be unintentionally hilarious to hear Erin yell his anger over the Titans with the over-the-top Italian voice actor. It would have kind of ruined it completely, but...
we have Attack on
man.
Titan always.
Attack on Titan is probably the one last bastion we have in Otakudom right now, before it's inevitably corrupted and destroyed.
Yes, yes, the film will be directed by Hideaki Anno, which and then you have
have you seen the Cutie Honey film? I don't think that's gonna end well.
Well, he's still directing anime, and apparently he's also voice acting in Hayao Miyazaki's films.
Oh yeah, they go way back, but didn't Ghibli hang it all up?
Okay, let me put it this way. Have you seen The Wind Rises, which is supposedly the last film Hayao Miyazaki will ever direct?
Actually, I have not seen it. It's being released in my region, but I have not gotten a chance to see it yet.
Okay, it's really good. It's really good.
It's Miyazaki. What do you expect?
Well,
I mean, you basically be like, grass is green.
Yes, yes. In fact, I didn't think much of it. It was just good, the typical good of you expect from Miyazaki. So that's kind of sad, actually, because I'm so used to see that style, it doesn't affect me all that much anymore. With that said, the protagonist in The Wind Rises, he's voiced by Hideaki Anno.
Okay, I don't necessarily mind that. You see, I don't hate Hideaki Anno.
No. Okay, let me continue with that. I minded that decision very much because the guy has no inflection whatsoever.
Oh, so he's not a good actor. I got you.
No, I mean you have Hideaki Anno playing his part with no inflection whatsoever, and then you have other good voice actors playing other characters around him. They have actual inflections, and he really stands up like a sore thumb because of that. It's not a good voice work, not at all.
Yeah, but you know what? If it truly is Miyazaki's swan song, then that would kind of be the perfect way to go out, considering how much those two go back.
Actually, I think I heard rumors that Miyazaki wants to make a Tom Bombadil film.
Oh yeah, I heard rumors about that. We'll see what happens, but weren't they dissolving Ghibli for the most part? They were definitely moving away from films.
Okay, they are not dissolving it. They are taking a break. That's what they officially stated. But they are not officially done. So let's take that with a grain of salt.
Well, to be fair, Miyazaki has come back from retirement how many times?
One time, at least.
I think it was 2 or 3, really.
Oh, one time. Princess Mononoke was supposed to be his official retirement greeting card, but then he came back like with Spirited Away.
And then he wanted to retire after Ponyo. And then Goro fucked up everything so much he pretty much had to come back.
You know, speaking of Goro Miyazaki, I don't know if you watched Up on Poppy Hill.
I own it. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, Ross, I won't spoil anything for you, but let me put it this way. I watched that film in 2012. Okay?
Okay.
To this very day, I am still completely and utterly pissed off at it. I am so angry. In fact, the second I started to think about it, I feel my blood boil in absolute and utter rage. Not because it's bad, not necessarily because it's bad, but because the ending is such a complete and utter cop-out, it kills the entire film completely.
Madhog, this is anime. I mean, that's rare for Ghibli, mind you, but that is par for the course for anime in general.
It shouldn't be. It was being a good story with a central romance that was pretty much facing a complicated controversy that was very much imbued in the particular historical situation of Japan in that particular period of time. Everything works perfectly, thematically speaking, and then it comes the ending, which not only is a cop-out, which not only pretty much solves the conflict without even trying, by creating a huge plot hole, I should say, but it feels like... the ending feels like a love letter to conformism. You have to conform to Japanese society, to what society tells you to be, because that's the right way to go. That's the message I get from the ending. And do you want to know what the central theme, what this central theme, I should say, what's implied with this romance?
What?
Incest.
Yeah.
Incest. Okay, this is why I said no. Okay, this is a film that wants to tackle an issue, a specific issue that was derived from a specific complicated social and political situation the Japanese country was facing in that particular period of time following the Korean War, and it was doing it so well and so seriously. It wasn't a joke. It wasn't something to look in disgust at. It was going at it with as much heart and convincing as it could get. And then it comes the ending that ruins everything. And Ross, when you actually get to watch that film, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I'm sure I will.
Speaking of Ghibli stuff, have either of you two ever seen a computer animated TV series directed by Goro Miyazaki called Sanzoku no Musume Ronya? Ronya the Robber's Daughter.
Should I?
Well, it was something co-produced by Studio Ghibli in 2014, so probably or probably not, depending on who you are, but that was one thing they worked on, even though Ghibli was dissolved at the time, if I remember correctly, and I see fan service.
Yes, I was actually I couldn't concentrate on what you were saying. I think this podcast has gone on for. Okay, I think.
Well, it's just like it was getting tired of having nothing on the screen besides that menu. So.
Okay. I guess this Let's Play video / podcast combined into one has gone on for quite some time. So
yes,
guess we can actually bring it to a conclusion. What's there? What are those writings saying?
Let me see. You're something good at touching.
You're so good at touching, apparently.
Okay, I think we've seen enough. Good night, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So remember, the moral of the day is
boobies!
Don't watch anime. Watch cartoons. They're much better nowadays.
Yeah, like Steven Universe.
Yes, I also would like to recommend Harvey Bix. It's quite decent. It's really quite charming. Also, Gravity Falls, even Adventure Time. I restarted watching again.
All I want to see is you turn into a giant woman. A giant woman.
That's nice. Yes. So especially Steven Universe. Also watch Gamble, Friendship is Magic, and
a bit of everything, really.
Also Sonic Boom, I guess, if you really...
Yeah, live a little.
Oh yes, there is a TV show based on the video game Sonic Boom.
Oh, I'm aware of it, but I'm just saying, you're really recommending it?
No, I'm being ironic, but you know, it's not half as bad once you get past the fact that it looks like a bad stop-motion animation rather than CG. Because, because it is really that poor in frame rate.
Wow, that's sad. I thought the game's frame rate was, like, bad, but apparently it's running at the same frame rate. That's pretty horrible.
It's pretty contagious, the frame rate, but the writing is not so bad. I mean, I was surprised to see a couple of episodes were actually written by freaking Dave Polsky. That was shocking for me, but some episodes were actually genuinely funny, especially in the second half of it. Otherwise, it's merely okay. No, it was pretty, the episode in which the episode that featured all the pixel art was actually pretty good to look at. You know, the one with the virtual reality, so to speak. It made me wish the entire show was made in pixel art. It would have been far less expensive, and it would have been so much better looking for it. I can see you have your dog there, Ross.
Yeah, she is on the bed.
Okay, I guess that's our cue to stop talking, otherwise we will go on.
Yes, it's your cue to stop talking, you mean?
Okay, I'm stopped talking in 30 seconds from now.
Oh, so goodness! Text overload!
It's a text avalanche. Alright, so...
Good night, buddy. Take care.
Yes, this has been a thing that Team Yume has been doing.
Yes.
And now we're going to do something else, probably. Good night, everybody.
Good night.